Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you're joining us for a coverage of a special Mountain West Rocket League match, whereas the Boise State Broncos are going to go up against the Colorado Rams in an all no-holds-barred knockdown, drag-em-out fight for car soccer superiority. I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Audrey Norris to call all of the action for you tonight. So in Rocket League, we have a lot of different players that can kind of span the gambit and different kind of combinations of players that we can use. What are we looking at tonight?
So for tonight, Boise State will have Durtho and Instinct, as well as, I don't remember the third player, but
yeah, I believe it's Gil.
I believe it is Gil, yeah. So we've got quite the team tonight. They're all pretty powerful players on their own and great team players together. So it'll be an exciting match against Colorado State University tonight. Yeah,
the Rams are usually a pretty sizable opponent in the Mountain West Division. Now, for those of you who are watching who think, well, wait a minute, I thought the Mountain West tournament was in the spring. Well, it still is. But the Mountain West has decided to have a special event for us tonight for Fall Rocket League. It's going to be 3v3 soccer, best of 5 competitive maps, and of course golden goal sudden death. So even though it's a special event, the rules aren't too special. They're just what we are used to in terms of Rocket League, and a great opportunity to see our Broncos continue on their victory streak that they have been in many different tournaments. And to help them keep that victory streak up, we will go to Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League. That's to set your play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and of course employ those sweaty comms. Doc's keys to the game brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. We're going to be ready to head into the first match. We've got everyone up on the stage, Durtho, Instinct, and Gil. And just talking a little bit more about this lineup, we've got two players that we're kind of already used to, Instinct and Gil, but Durtho, of course, the fresh new addition for this semester, has been performing amazingly. That's your Bronco lineup, and it's all brought to you by Count. Count Identity Trust Global Network delivers real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enables personalized customer experiences more than 9,000 leading brands and payment providers. So 3 players all ready to jump in. We will see what the Rams have to offer momentarily. So we're ready to head into the first game. So what would you say is your most favorite thing to watch in terms of Boise State Rocket League?
You know, I mean, we were just talking about how Durtho's pretty new to the scene, but I have always enjoyed watching him get a goal. It's just, there's always these little moments with him where he'll get the right aerial and you'll just watch him dribble it just nice clean dribble into the goal from the air, and it's a lot of fun to watch. But also, I just always really appreciate Boise State's team plays. They are so good at setting up just really nice balls for each other, and that's how they do a lot of their goals. And it's just a very satisfying thing to watch. As a soccer player, like an actual soccer player, I always appreciate watching solid team plays for your scoring.
It's always nice to get that extra bit of appreciation into the game. Well, we are ready to head into our match. Boise State versus Colorado State, Broncos versus Rams. This is not an NFL football game. In fact, this is Boise State Rocket League. We are ready to jump in and see who takes home the gold. Here we go into the first match. Kickoff is going to be won by Super Turtle, but it's quickly answered back by Gil. Sent back to midfield as Scout takes it away from him. Now moving up into Bronco territory, but Instinct has something to say about that as well. Durtho has a breakaway shot toward the goal. Can he wriggle it in there? Just not quite. The angle is just a bit too wide.
Instinct tries to recover the ball, but Super Turtle knocks it away from them, not allowing Boise State to set up for their goal as it gets knocked towards Boise State's side. Unfortunately for them, though, Instinct does try to push it to the goal, but it bounces off the cross guards there as Shu tries to volley it away, passing it to Super Turtle towards the Boise State goal.
Gil with the double touch keeps the ball rolling back toward Colorado State. Colorado State is going to be able to deny the clear attempted by Shu. Gil is ready to center it up. Scout takes control of it, rotating in as Durtho is not able to center up. Instead goes flying to the other side of the field. So now Gil is going to try to leave it for Durtho. Again, the angle is not quite right, and so the Broncos are still looking for their first goal.
Turtle is waiting for an opportunity from Shu, but Gil denies that, tries to bounce it away, though is blocked by another orange player. Super Turtle gets it back with one of his teammates there trying to get it, but it is bounced away from them by Gil as Durtho goes up trying to get another aerial, and his teammate goes in for it, but is unable to get the hit there.
Oh, but a wide open shot toward Durtho is going to be capitalized on. And once Scout had already committed toward that, yeah, one of their members went flying over it. Durtho saw his opportunity, easy chip shot, and an easy lead for the Broncos. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left in the match.
With the kickoff, Durtho does manage to break away from the other team, but is immediately stopped by Scout. Instinct gets the rebound, but no one's there to recover as Super Turtle knocks it towards Boise State's side. Instinct playing goalie there for a little bit, trying to wait for the shot, but is unable to really get into a good spot, so Gil comes in and helps him out there.
Instinct sees a wide open shot with a redirect from Durtho toward the goal, saved by Super Turtle. But overall, Boise State has just been putting shot after shot on to Colorado State's goal. Instinct is now going to try to take it away from Scout, but Scout gets the touch on it. Now it heads over to Durtho. Instinct is waiting up the field, perhaps to clear out the goal. Ball is wide and off to the side. Gil gets demoed, buying a bit of time for the Rams to clear it back toward the Broncos.
Instinct is volleying the ball right now, trying to get it towards goal. It's a very clean shot, and he does successfully score the second point for Boise State in this round.
Yeah, this is exactly what you were talking about with Durtho and his aerial plays. Just so effortlessly flips up from and under to elevate the ball just a little bit more so it flies over the goalie. Beautifully played.
Gil wins the kickoff there, but is unable to follow the ball as Instinct picks it up for him and is almost thwarted by an orange player, but is able to get past them. Instinct tries to go for the ball. Durtho manages to instead, as Scout rebounds it away from the goal, denying Durtho a point there, as there's a little contest in the air for the ball with no one really able to get control of it until Shu there does. Durtho bouncing it back away. Gil goes for a shot, but it is blocked again by Colorado State.
Instinct kind of gets all his momentum stuck, so he back passes it to Durtho. Lob from Super Turtle toward mid. Shu demos Instinct, so there's no one there for Gil's pass. That means the Rams take it up, push it into the Broncos territory. Can they center it up? Instinct with a shot back toward midfield is going to play it over any potential shot maker for the Rams.
Durtho tries to launch it up, tries to set up the goal, but it is not close enough, so Scout is able to take it away, though it does bounce in front of the goal again. Instinct tries to pass it towards the goal, but is denied by Super Turtle. Shu tries to go for another block, but Durtho is able to get it just underneath him there, as Scout is trying to set up there with a pass. Instinct denies it, tries to go on a shot for goal, as it goes towards the Boise State goal instead.
1 minute left in this match. Gil with the shot over to Scout. It's going to be saved. Scout to set up for Super Turtle. Gil beats him to it. Ball deflects, and Colorado State rotated far up the field, has to go all the way back for a bit of defense. Speaking of defense, Gil is able to win that 50 and passes it over to Instinct to where the goal is. The ball is cleared out by Scout. A one-for-one trade in terms of demos, but now Colorado State has demoed all but one Bronco. Instinct not going to be able to save back. Durtho has to use the backboard. Broncos still have been able to keep Colorado State away from any goals.
Nice save there by Scout, narrowly preventing Boise State from scoring there with 8 seconds left on the clock. Boise State just trying to keep it off their side and away from their goal. Couple demos there at the end as people are just trying to keep the ball in play.
Now that everyone's respawned, Boise State's going to attempt a grounding shot, and they're going to be successful in that, taking the first game well on their way to the victory against Colorado State. Well, one interesting thing that we might have to confirm between these two games is in the rule set, I saw that it was a best of 5, but on the overlay it says best of 7.
Yeah, it is a best of 5 that I did ask about that earlier. Best of 5, yes.
Okay.
So with Boise State now, 1 game for them. That means they just have to win 2 more to take this.
Yeah, but Boise State, a team that certainly isn't unfamiliar with 3-0s. I got to hand it out to Turtle there on the rounds. He was kind of the main saver for their team. He was very hard to get the ball around him. It usually took Boise State clearing out the goal entirely before they were able to get a clean shot whenever someone, especially Turtle himself, was defending in front of the goal. It wasn't really that easy going for the Broncos.
Oh, yeah. Turtle was a very good goalie there. He was able to keep up a very defensive setup for his team, but it also made it so that Colorado State wasn't actually able to take a lot of shots on goal there until like the later end of the match, which made it so like Boise State was being able to be very just offensive and just up on their side of the map for a while as we go into the second match.
Jumping into the next game. Turtle knocks it off to the corner. Gill plays it in the corner. A shot from Instinct deflected, but follow up by Durtho just off of the side post. Boise State's still not going to find the first goal, but Gill's going to try yet again, and another save by Scout keeps Colorado State tied 0-0.
Instinct setting up to try and get a pass off, but it's just a little too high to be able to hit the ball there as Durtho rotates around behind him. Is able to try and deflect a ball from Super Turtle, but isn't able to fully keep it away from him as Gill has to bounce the ball away from their side to protect their goal there. Instinct follows up with a pass, but is again denied by just Super Turtle there, just keeping a tight defense there.
Scout now looking for the clear. Gill is going to have to make Super Turtle try for it. Durtho knocks it back to mid. 50-50 doesn't go in favor of either of them. Boise State has managed to get the ball in a position where they could potentially center it, and Super Turtle whiffing on that. Gives a whole lot of room open to Durtho and Instinct, and Gill to redirect down into the goal, saved by Shu.
Instinct trying to get the ball near goal for a setup, but is unable to, so Durtho just barely misses it there as Gill tries to redirect it once again. But Scout is there and waiting, and he bounces the ball away, denying Instinct a good shot there, and it's followed up by Super Turtle.
Gill with the shot just off the post, follow up by Durtho, gets the first goal for the Broncos. See, Scout was trying to set up in goal, but just was a little bit too late on that response to a very quick shot on goal from Durtho. Boise State now goes up 1-0 as we are halfway through game number 2.
Instinct tries to set up for a pass there, and Durtho starts taking it, dribbling it in the air, and Gill tries to go for it, but Durtho is able to follow up once again, getting a point for Boise State there.
Shu trying to rotate in, but there's no one left. Scout was the next person on the rotation list, but Durtho read the crucial few seconds he needed to get the goal. Now next kickoff, back in favor of the Broncos. Demo on to Scout. Shu deflects it. Instinct, though, keeps it past. Attempted pass back over to Durtho. Colorado State with a 1-2 play off Shu. Now is going to try to center it up. Can they do it? They're able to beat Instinct to the punch with the ball. Scout attempts a shot on goal, but it is stopped by the Broncos. Broncos still looking for their clear. And beautiful redirect by Durtho. How do you aim that so accurately? That is insane.
Durtho tries to set up the ball and tries to go for a shot, but he is deflected by Scout, so Instinct tries to follow up, hits the cross guard, and it is launched towards Boise State's side, where it is recovered by Gill before they can get a setup, but Super Turtle tries to go for it, loses the 50-50 as it goes back to their side.
Durtho elevates up, but doesn't quite like the look of that shot, so is going to slow play it a bit. Instinct lobs a shot back towards goal, but still in Bronco territory, and Durtho with a key save keeps the Broncos from being scored on. We're now a minute left in the match, and Boise State is leading 2-0. Durtho attempts a redirect into the goal. Doesn't quite work. Now it's left up to Instinct playing around Scout. The ball is grounded. Shot on goal from Durtho, and it trickles in for his hat trick.
Scout was, again, like right there trying to go for the goal, but he was just a little bit too late and just a little too low there to really stop it before it was able to go in there. As we go into the last minute of the game with Boise State having 3 points, it's looking like it'll be Boise State's game as long as they're able to keep up their defense, as Shu tries to go for the score, is unable to, and another Colorado State player tries to back it up.
Durtho on a tear with a double elimination. Now goes for the goal. Ball gets deflected off to the side, but overall, Durtho is making plays. Gil wants in on the action too, is going to take a shot on goal himself. It's saved by Super Turtle. Durtho passes to Instinct in mid. Scout is hanging out right there. Super Turtle trying to rotate back into the goal. One key play by Shu might buy the Rams some time. He's trying to push it toward the goal, but Durtho is there as the goalie saves it, and the Broncos look like they're going to be going on to a victory in game number 2. Maybe one more goal for show, or are we just going to let it hit the ground, let the game end, and the Broncos now move on to the match point.
It's an unfortunate time to get such a clear shot on goal there for Colorado State.
Yeah, it really does seem like the main times that it can be cleared out, or the main times shots on goal are attempted, is when one team rotates too far up the field, which hasn't happened too many times. Sometimes it's flown over the Rams' heads, and they've kind of backflipped back toward the goal, trying to get into a more favorable defensive position, but they haven't really been punished for it too many times. No goals scored on an over-rotation thus far.
Yeah, though there were also a lot of missed shots just due to people not being elevated high enough there. I saw quite a few times Durtho tried to go for it, or another member of Colorado State, where they were just a little bit underneath it. And that was typically just because another member of the enemy team managed to just bounce the shot off just a little, which is kind of, a nod to how skilled these players are, that they're just barely able to cause just enough that they're able to get past that.
Now we head into game 3 with Boise State at match point. Can they make it a done deal and sweep the Rams? Let's find out. First kickoff in favor of Super Turtle. Durtho with a quick shot back. Back over to the orange half. One bicycle kick, sets it up. Shu is able to keep the ball moving toward the other side of the field, but right now side control very much in favor of the Broncos.
Instinct launches the ball towards Colorado State's side, but is denied by Scout as he bounces it back towards Boise State. Gil rebounds the ball, trying to get it off of their side, but is blocked as Durtho and Shu try to 50-50 for it. And it goes narrowly into Boise State's goal there, as they're all just kind of clustered up right now, trying to get just a hold on the ball there. Shu does bounce it off the wall, but it goes right towards Durtho, who's able to get it past him.
Instinct with just a pop up into the air to buy the Broncos some time. Not enough time, as Scout is able to take the shot, but Durtho answers it back. Back down toward mid. Durtho tries to spike it down. Super Turtle with the shot on goal. Shu tries to clear out the goalies. I like the attempt, but it doesn't quite go through. And on the re-attack, Instinct almost gets a shot in. He's actually waiting back here for the follow-up. That was Durtho with the shot on goal, but Instinct could dunk it down right here. The ball is set up beautifully. Durtho with the follow-up off the crossbar, and Gil almost gets it as well.
With the entirety of Colorado State in that goal, it was a very small point as Instinct tries to go for it again, but Shu bounces it away from him. Gil taking another shot on goal, finally giving Boise State the point they've been trying to get there.
Nice job by the Broncos. They haven't fallen behind one bit in any of the games. They have always led. Colorado State trying to still search after their first equalizer. Would have to pull off a complete reverse sweep at this point. Broncos look like they have all the momentum. Durtho with a shot. Not going to be able to get a double touch. Shu stops it in mid. Gil's going to fight with Scout for it. Scout plays it over him. Durtho with the rotation back. Another shot by Gil. A lot of kind of ping-pong rally back and forth. Scout shot is just going to be a little bit wide. Instinct is going to take it up the wall with Durtho next, and it's going to leave it for Gil. Shot is wide off to the corner.
Super Turtle recovers the ball, but Instinct is able to bounce it away from him as Durtho tries to go for a shot, but it's just going in a little too fast, causing the ball to rebound off the roof there. Gil takes another shot on goal, but it hits the backboard, and he's able to rebound it, giving Boise State their second point.
Very crucially, Gil has come alive in the second game. It's been almost all Durtho getting the scores in the first two games. But Gil stepping up for the blue now goes into a 2-0 lead. Scout with a nice little play around on that kickoff, but thanks to Instinct, it's not going to be too fruitful. In fact, Gil's just going to take a quick shot on goal and drive the Broncos up to 3, and just like that, he has a hat trick.
You weren't kidding when Gil started to just make some plays here in Game 3. Just a quick little bounce right there. Just perfect placement on his part right there.
2 minutes, 11 seconds left. Super Turtle wins that 50-50. Gil just shakes it off to the corner. Instinct is going to leave it for Durtho. Shot on goal, and Durtho back to scoring in prime fashion. Okay, only one member of Colorado State left. Super Turtle, even though he's a great goalie, no follow-up. That means the Rams are now going to be trailing 4-0, and we still have 2 minutes left.
Shu tries to knock the ball into Boise State territory, but is quickly shut down as Super Turtle gets demoed, leaving them without their goalie, giving Boise State potentially the opportunity here to make a shot. Instinct does set it up, tries to get it through the, towards the goal, but is unable to, and it just goes across the field. Durtho is lying in wait there, tries to set up the ball, but it bounces past him, allowing Scout to take control of it for a moment and avert it from the goal. Once again, Durtho tries to set it up, but is deflected once again as Colorado State tries to prevent Gil, but Gil is able to sneak past them for the 5th goal of the game.
That is so many goals for Gil. He has rolled over the activity feed for this game.
Oh, look at how many shots he has, too.
Yeah, 6 shots on goal, 4 of them turning out to be goals. It's more than a 50% actual completion rate, if you will. Durtho dribbles it up the field. Back over to Scout. Gil gets to him before the clear can go through. Shu with a pass, but I don't know who it's to. Durtho's going to easily pick that back up. Instinct leaves it off the backboard. Follow up by Durtho. And now he gets his second goal. And Boise State to 6-0.
Yeah, Scout tried to defend the goal there, but was just a little bit off as the ball's momentum, I think, was a little faster than he expected there, allowing Durtho to easily slam it in the goal there. Gil tries to take the ball, but it bounces off to the side, and Durtho tries to pick it up, sets up one of his aerial goals, but is unable to keep it past Colorado State as Gil goes in for the shot, but it hits the cross guard instead. As Scout takes it away from him, Shu tries to bounce it off the side, but is unable to, so Turtle backs him up, launching it towards Boise State's side, allowing Instinct to try and set it up for his other teammates. With 30 seconds remaining, Colorado State is trying to get it off their side, but Boise State is making shot after shot on their goal. Instinct, another shot. Gil trying to set it up once again.
Seems like it's pretty much a done deal at this point. Boise State is going to sweep the Rams in their Mountain West Rocket League match and show that they are the undisputed kings as far as the general Western Mountain region of the United States is concerned. Nice win for the Broncos. That's going to do it for this match tonight. Well, overall, Boise State is indeed the winners in flawless fashion. As we give a final thank you to the Broncos for such a great performance, we want to invite you watching to join us here at Boise State Esports. We're always looking for new, talented varsity players, as well as jobs in broadcast and on-air casting. Top talent, along with good grades and eligibility, can improve your chances as well. So go to boisestate.edu/esports for more information. All right, so now it's time where we give our predictions for the player of the game, and based off the two that got a hat trick, I'd say it could go one of either way.
Honestly, that's where I am too. Like, at first I was like, oh, it's probably going to be Durtho because he just got so many solid shots at first. But then Gil in that third match just came back with a vengeance. And so it's like, I don't know. Maybe Gil this time. I think Gil.
All righty. Well, if you're going to go for Gil, I'm going to put in my prediction for Durtho. So we are ready to give you the player of the game. It is going to be Durtho with that goal. And no surprise, he was the main playmaker for Boise State throughout all of their match. There he is. Telegenic smile and all. Always seems like he has the perfect smile for the camera. And gameplay to match, too. Fantastic job by Durtho. He is your player of the game, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Durtho is your ICCU player of the game and is going to take a little bit of a bragging rights as well on stage. I believe I heard him say, "What's new?" In terms of, yeah, it's another day. Durtho makes more great plays in Rocket League, but not to discount Gil and Instinct. It is truly a cohesive team unit that makes the Broncos such a force. So do you have any final thoughts?
Just, as always, it was really fun to watch Boise State set up so many solid team plays there on the goal. Colorado State had a really solid defense, but just the amount of plays Boise State was able to make against them was what helped their just victory go through the way it did, I think.
Well, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game for this match tonight, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. That's going to do it for us tonight, and enjoy your top 5 plays of the game.
won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're heading straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. just ride the wave till you disappear. Unrequited love, I can't take it. Kill me more than once, leave a trail of tears. We do this often, I think we lost it. I need a break, you're the monster inside my closet, scare me away. Everybody goes through it, we don't ever come out the same. Cause you never change. You my little psycho, kiss me in the night glow. Easy to imagine when you always have your eyes closed. We'll be going crazy if you know what I know. Where did all the happy memories go? Getting better day by day, preparing for a future that I wanna see. There's no one else I'd rather share this with. Nobody knows my imperfections quite as perfectly. You guessed it, it is you that I'm thinking of when we're apart. You're my searchlight when I'm in the dark. It is true. I give it all, I give my heart. You're my searchlight when I'm in the dark, when I'm in the dark. dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me, where you are. Oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me, where you are. Oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me, where you are. Oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are,
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you're joining us for a real beauty of a competition. We are in the CRL Rocket League tournament, the higher echelon of Collegiate Rocket League, the most prestigious tournament out there. So prestigious to even get into the regular season, you have to qualify. That's what the Broncos did earlier this semester, and now they are going up against University of Texas, Dallas. My name is Jacob Palmer. I'm joined by Audrey Norris to call all of the action for you tonight. So CRL, biggest Rocket League tournament there is in terms of the collegiate space. Tell us how the season's been going so far for the Broncos.
Boise State has had a pretty interesting season so far. In their first match, they faced down Columbia College, and unfortunately, they were swept 0-3. However, in the second match that they played against San Diego State, they actually did the reverse and swept them instead, getting the 3-0 for them. So they are currently 1-1 going into this match.
So still not out of the running for the playoffs in any stretch of the imagination. We'll see if they can make their record an overall winning one, 2-1, going up against University of Texas, Dallas. But let's go over how everything is going to be going over in the CRL Collegiate Rocket League tournament. It is basically everything that we've already known about Rocket League. 3v3 soccer, best of 5, single elimination, 16-team round robin. So Boise State is going to face the full spate of teams that have qualified, the top 16 teams in the league, in the nation, basically. So expect a very high-level play, very close games, and very intense action. And if the Broncos ultimately want to be successful in a tournament as competitive and prestigious as this one, they are going to have to follow Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League. And tonight, those keys are create mistakes, punish double commits, don't overstay, and bump opponents to disrupt. Brought to you by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. We can also take a look at the lineup that we have ready to face up against the Comets. And the three players for Boise State tonight are going to be... We can actually see basically all 6 players are up there on stage, but only 3 are going to play at a time, so the other 3 are going to be there for emotional support, if you will. And it's going to be Durtho, Instinct, and Gil. Team we just saw go up against a Mountain West match against Colorado State and swept them. But this isn't the Mountain West. This is the top 16 teams in the nation. Everyone had to face rigorous qualifiers to even get in this tournament. It's all led to this match of Boise State versus University of Texas Dallas. Broncos versus the Comets. Let's jump into the action and see who's off to a great start.
Yeah, so far it looks like UT Dallas has a hold of the ball right now, trying to take a shot with Boise State, but is unable to, as it is redirected by Gil there, as it rebounds off the ceiling. Dalton tries to go in for the play, and another teammate tries to go in, but Durtho is able to get it off into attempting to take it to UT Dallas territory. However, it is still in Boise State's area right now as they're desperately trying to keep it out of their goal.
Quick shot on goal from Dalton is saved by Durtho. Louis comes in for the next shot, not going to find it, so it goes back over to Ghost. The deflect. Durtho pushes it back toward midfield. Ghost has complete control over it, and the Broncos starting things off a bit on the back foot. Pass over to Instinct from Gil is going to go through. UT Dallas is going to play to try to keep it from being centered. Durtho is waiting back near the goal and is going to whiff on that shot, unfortunately. Boise State is placed in a further awkward position.
Dalton bounces it off as Ghost tries to make a play, but is unable to really get any momentum on the ball there. Durtho just kind of laying in wait, bounces away, preventing them from centering it, as Dalton tries to recover the ball as it goes towards UT Dallas side now. Ghost bounces it away, making sure Boise State can't make any plays with it as Dalton launches it across the field to a waiting Durtho.
Ghost is able to beat Instinct on that 50. Levy setting up for Dalton right off the crossbar. Follow-up off the backboard again. Whole bunch of shots placed onto Boise State. They have had 4 saves for the 4 shots on goal thus far. Gil gets demoed, but Durtho steps up during the demo for the penalty kill, if you will. And Boise State now heads into the lead.
Boise State with 1 point and 3 minutes to go. It's looking pretty good for them so far, although that was a hard-fought goal as we go into the next kickoff.
Kickoff in favor of no one really. Gill waiting back, get the shot. Luby comes in with the shot on goal, but actually no, just a shot, excuse me. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself, but judging how UT Dallas has been playing so far, not uncommon to expect a shot on goal from them. Durtho tries a shot onto the goal. It is very wide, very hard angle to shoot it in. Dalton tries to clear it back. Durtho takes it. It's up to either Gill or Instinct. There's going to come in for the shot. Instinct for the follow-up. Beautifully played. Boise State up to 2-0.
Gill rebounds off the backboard there, allowing Instinct to just get a perfect shot there as a follow-up.
Boise State now has a 2-0 lead against the Comets. This next kickoff looks like it goes in favor of Boise State. They have control of it yet again, so whatever kind of early jitters they have been able to remedy. Unless the shot, well, you know, maybe there's still a few of them around.
Boise State was a little off their goalie game there as Luby was able to take a nice shot on goal. Instinct just a little too early as the ball goes right past him. Kickoff begins. Durtho tries to go for it, but Dalton is able to bounce it away as Instinct saves it, trying to get it onto UT Dallas's side as Durtho goes to recover the ball now. Gill tries to get it, but it goes over him, almost going in the goal there, but just barely bouncing off.
Boise State thinking they're lucky stars they got away with that one. That was wide open for the Comets. Boise State is going to have to recover. Ghost keeps it at mid, is immediately going to go for the shot on Gill. Gill reads the shot and is able to push it off to the corner. Dunk back down into mid, now goes toward the Comets' goal. Follow up by Instinct, dunks it into the goal. Boise State has a 2-goal lead yet again.
With a minute and 40 seconds left, Boise State is 3-1 against UT Dallas. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, as long as they can keep up a solid defense or keep getting goals as they have been. But Ghost does take the ball away from them during kickoff, allowing UT Dallas to try and set up for a shot. Dowling tries to make it, but is intercepted by Gill there as it goes to Ghost now, who makes a shot as well. Durtho blocking it this time. Instinct volleying it over to UT Dallas's side as a demo happens on Instinct there. Taking
might
them out.
try to get it on the power play, but nope. Instinct pushes it back toward midfield, and Gill is able to get the shot from mid.
We now have at least one shot from all players on Boise State tonight. With Durtho, well no, Instinct with 2.
Look at the shots on goal. I mean, UT Dallas still leads, but the defense from Boise State has been so ironclad that they're the ones with the actual lead right now.
Ruby tries to make a shot, but it's a little bit too over the backboard there as Instinct follows it, but is intercepted by Ghost there. Ruby tries to make a shot, but Durtho blocks the ball, bringing it to UT Dallas's side. Durtho sets it up for Instinct as Gill goes in to help assist, but is unable to get a shot on goal there. Instinct trying once again, but Dalton blocks the ball, keeping it out of a good spot for goals. As Instinct tries to make the shot, Ghost blocks it. Durtho going up on the side of the wall, trying to get an aerial, but is just not able to get the second touch there as Instinct tries to recover the ball. And a demo looks like happens on him as well.
30 seconds left, and with this short amount of time remaining, the Broncos look like they are going to be going on to their first win in this series against the Comets. Despite a little bit of hesitation at the early start, Boise State found what they needed to make it happen. Timer ticks down to 0. Ball touches the ground, and it'll be over. One final shot by Gill off of the wall toward the goal, hits the ground, and Boise State with a clean 4-1 victory. A little bit of a celebration hop, a bit of hydration to keep things going, make sure everyone is playing at their top potential. And now we're going to head into a game 2 against UT Dallas. Boise State One of the best recoveries I've ever seen, because for the first minute, it was solidly Comet's favor.
Oh, yeah, they kept the ball in Boise State's side for so long. And then, of course, they got so lucky with that corner shot there with no goalie there to try and block it.
You can actually see kind of a heat map of where UT Dallas and Boise State scored from. That's quite interesting because you see Boise State's goal, so many shots on goal were just right up against them, and they somehow found a way to rotate in quick enough and recovered beautifully to lead us to this game 2 against UT Dallas, but it's not going to be over by a clear shot. Now, what's interesting is both of the games so far that Boise State has had in the CRL have been decided completely by sweeps. So whether it be against the Broncos or for the Broncos, you have to wonder if that trend is going to continue.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So far, Boise State does have the first match, so it'll have to be up to the Comets to determine whether or not it's going to be a sweep against them. They have some really solid defense as we go into this next match, too. As we can see, it looks like they're trying to defend to keep the ball off their side right now and make a shot on goal, but Gil deflects it, and Instinct takes it forward as Luby tries to bounce it off and does successfully, but it just goes back to Gil.
Durtho, the master of redirects, gets the goal, and Durtho so absolutely insane with the way he can redirect the ball. It seems he always has the perfect angle.
Just right above Ghost there, wasn't able to get enough elevation in time for Boise, and that gave Boise State the first goal. Durtho tries to block Dalton, but Dalton is able to just get a little bit more momentum and tries to pop it over Gil, who is having none of it and blocks it, keeping it away from them as Instinct tries to push it back to UT Dallas's side.
Gil now on the attack with Durtho, shot off the backboard. Luby is able to get to it before another shot can come out from the Broncos. Ghost tries to put it on the other side of the field. Now Durtho answers that back. No side control being given back over to the Comets. A demo onto Ghost, clearing things up in front of the goal with Boise State unable to get a shot on goal before Ghost respawns. Another shot is just off the side post. But Boise State, it seems like they've completely flipped the tables. The start that the Comets got off to is how the Broncos have been doing.
Ball is on Boise State's side as UT Dallas tries to set it up for a shot, but Gil denies them and knocks it over to Durtho, who is denied by Ghost as Luby tries to take a shot on goal and does, giving UT Dallas the first point of this round, making it 1-1 with 3 minutes and about 30 seconds left.
When you have players as accurate as this, both Durtho and now Luby, any shot that just seems like a clear from midfield can in fact be the shot to seal your fate. It gets the equalizer for UT Dallas. They're going to win that kickoff, but Gil was waiting back in the wings to turn it back in the Broncos' favor. Goes for the demo onto Ghost, and a huge bump by Durtho into Luby. He's going to have to pay for it with a demo, but it keeps the Comets at bay, at least for the next few seconds.
Luby tries to go for a bounce, but it goes right over him, allowing Durtho to try and bounce it. He goes for the shot, but it's just barely out as it bounces towards UT Dallas's side. They're trying to recover it as Instinct and Durtho go in for the kill there, but are unable to get the ball set up as Luby's able to launch it over them.
Instinct moving in to try to play it under Dalton. He's going to wait on the wall for the shot back from Ghost. Durtho a pop off. Up into the air, shot from Gil is deflected off to the side. Now we head into the halfway mark. This game a lot more competitive than the last. Tied 1 apiece, and Dalton well-placed shot on goal, but Gil with the save, keeping it tied up. Now on the counterattack, it heads over to midfield, resting for Durtho, but Luby beats him to it. Steals it away from the Broncos, and it's still a fierce fight in mid for the ball. And a shot on goal might do it here, and in fact it does. Ghost puts the Comets into the lead for the first time this match.
UT Dallas now has the upper hand with 2 minutes left. And so it'll be up to Boise State to try and get another goal on them, though they were really able to keep just the ball on their side for so long. They'll have to avoid that this time, as Gil tries to go in for it, but is intercepted by Dalton there. Instinct, however, recovers the ball and tries to place a shot on goal. Durtho tries to back him up, but unfortunately we have a little bit of a car crash there, and they aren't able to pull it off.
So many goals scored with the aerials. That would have been great if one had just been scored by driving on the ground, but not to be. Gil pushes it to mid. Durtho takes control of it, elevates up to Dalton. Dalton wins at 50-50 and shoots it back toward Instinct. Gil rotating over to the other side of the field. He's able to get a slide touch on it. It heads back into orange territory, but the Broncos need a shot on goal. They have 1 minute, a minute and a half left. Follow up by Instinct, saved by Luby.
Orange has recovered the ball now. Dalton is driving up the side, trying to get it to Boise State's side, but it is denied by Durtho. Ghost tries to recover it, is unable to, as Instinct pushes it to UT Dallas's side. Durtho shoots it towards middle, as Instinct gets the goal!
Picture perfect aiming. You say, Audrey, you're a normal soccer player. You can't aim much better than that. Up in the corner.
Oh, man.
That is so hard to defend.
The corner shot is one of those impossible shots, especially for a goalie. Especially for a car that can't jump in the same way as a normal person, but Durtho does manage to get the ball on this kickoff and gets it to UT Dallas's side. Instinct bounces it to the side, but it is intercepted by UT Dallas, and Ghost blocks it, preventing it from going in the goal there.
Ghost has control. Durtho contests in mid. Ball gets a lot of verticality. Instinct pushes it off to the corner. From the back pass toward Luby. It doesn't really go forward for a play as Boise State plays off the wall. Instinct pass over to Durtho. Shot's too high though. And it's going to try to be grounded by the Comets. Goes back toward mid. 30 seconds left. If neither team scores, we will be going into overtime unless Instinct can drive it in here. Not. If Luby has anything to say about it, he manages be enough of a problem for the Broncos that we very well could be going into overtime. It was dangerous there right in front of the Broncos goal. Luckily for the Broncos, there was no shot on goal from the Comets. 10 seconds left.
Luby is setting up to defend the goal and is able to bounce it away, as it is now on UT Dallas's side as we begin overtime.
Unless a shot on goal, the buzzer beater from Durtho to get the Broncos the win in the second game. You cannot cut it any closer than that. Durtho plays it around 2 Comets. The Broncos win the second game 3-2 and are now moving on to a match point. Whew. I don't know how many times we see the ball be juggled during those final few seconds, ultimately for nothing to come from it, but it was worth it there. Durtho with the shot when the Broncos needed it the most. And we can see where those shots on goal came through. You can also see Boise State had the slight advantage in side control, but like the first game, UT Dallas actually had a few more shots on goal, but the Broncos had such a good defense that they were able to stop so many volleys from UT Dallas. Great job. Oh,
that one, oh my gosh, at the end there, I was like, I can't even take a breath. Oh my gosh, that was intense. UT Dallas did start with the upper hand there, and they were able to hold on to it for just a little bit, but then BSU kicked it into high gear, was able to just get a lot more shots off on goal, and they were able to just get a couple really clean ones too.
And now the Comets are going to find themselves in the unenviable position of needing to get a reverse sweep in order to claim a victory. So it's looking good for the Broncos, but complacency can be the ultimate poison for any team, especially when they look to be as evenly matched as they are right now.
As we saw, UT Dallas did get the upper hand on them in this match, so like you said, if they are complacent, they could definitely take it from them.
At least as far as the shots on goal are concerned, that is right. UT Dallas was forcing Boise State to defend more often than not. Boise State is going to start things off looking like they win the initial kickoff, trying to set it up in front of the goal. Slide touch by Dalton, intercepted by Instinct, pushed over toward midfield. Durtho comes in, is going to redirect it down to the goal, plays it off the backboard for Gil. It's the goal, but it's a little slow. Luby has plenty of time to save it. As we keep on going throughout this game, 30 seconds have passed, but the Broncos are off to an explosive start, keeping the Comets on the back foot. Another shot by Durtho, saved by Luby, who has gotten both of the saves thus far. So he's kind of the key offensive, defensive player for the Comets. Just a good all-around person you can count on.
Quick shot there from Ghost that was narrowly deflected as Luby goes in with the recovery shot, getting the first goal of the game.
You can see Instinct just positioned a little bit too far up the field here. Gil comes in at the last moment, but he's caught at just an awkward elevation. Looked like he might have had time to defend there, but whatever the angle worked on that elevate, it just didn't quite work out for the Broncos. So now they're going to be pushed back into a goal deficit yet again. Having to recover.
Yeah. UT Dallas tried to take a shot on goal, but was deflected as Ghost is now up in the air, tries to make a play with Luby, but it bounces off the backboard as Dalton is lying in wait, trying to bounce it away from their goal, with a narrow miss from Boise State there, as a demo happens on Dalton from Gil. Taking one player out of the equation might give Instinct and Durtho what they need, but they are unable to get that goal there, as once again it is blocked by UT Dallas. Gil elevates, trying to bounce the ball, isn't able to get quite enough momentum for what he wants, as Luby tries to take another shot. Dalton is back once again, trying to launch it to his teammates, as Instinct goes up once again. It is on Boise State's side. It is not now on UT Dallas's side, kind of in the middle. Just getting volleyed back and forth right now, looking for an opportunity to get a goal.
Boise State quick on the counter-attack. Instinct is staying up right in front of the goal. Goes with the pop. Now back to Gil. Before follow-up can happen, Luby takes it back to the corner. Instinct tries to wriggle it in, but doesn't find it. Half the time has passed by, and Boise State finds themselves in a narrow deficit. And a little bit of a dangerous situation there as that ball was hanging right in front of the Broncos goal for a little bit too close for comfort. Boise State is going to try to clear this out. They're still looking for it to make sure that can't happen again.
Ghost tries to go for the ball, but Instinct is able to bounce it away from him. However, Luby does recover it, forcing Instinct once again to try and block it, but he is unable to as Gil has to come in and back him up there. Ghost bounces the ball towards their goal. Boise State is unable to recover as Ghost gets the goal.
That's a bit unfortunate. You can see right here what happens when you don't have the resources to make it. Instinct runs out of boost at the worst time. Durtho can only try to chase the ball back, but he's at the wrong angle. You don't have that. You can't make the plays you want. Boise State is finding that out. Game 3.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left and UT Dallas up by 2, Boise State is trying their best to keep it on their side of the field. Unfortunately, though I guess Gil does try to make a shot. Luby does deflect it though as Instinct tries to recover it. Cars go flying, but none of them are able to make a goal until Gil comes in with the shot on Boise State there. Now making it so there's only 1 point left between the two.
Fatal mistake from the Comets on a double commit, committing all members in midair, basically trying to save that ball, and Boise State capitalizing on that defense. It's the first double commit we've seen this game, but Boise State sure made the Comets pay for it.
Durtho tries to get a nice aerial goal in there, but isn't quite able to get it as it gets launched to Boise State's side. Dalton tries to follow, but is intercepted by Durtho. Ghost goes for a shot. It does not get anywhere near the goal, unfortunately, as he has to now recover and rotate with his team. Durtho is lying in wait for that ball. Gets it up in the air, tries to bounce it, does bounce it over Ghost, tries to go for the shot, but it is recovered by Luby. Gil goes in for another shot, but it's a little too far to the side there to really do anything. UT Dallas knocks the ball away once again as Gil tries to go for another shot, has to bounce it. Durtho has to bounce it off of Gil as Instinct now goes to recover the ball, is able to get it past 2 UT Dallas members to Durtho, who tries to make the shot, but it is bounced off another UT Dallas member, allowing Instinct to get the corner shot there.
Oh my good, was that an own goal there? I think Luby was trying to back that Instinct with the shot. Yes, unfortunately for the Comets, it's an own goal. but I'm sure the Broncos will take it any way they can get it. We have a tied game with less than a minute left.
With the threat of overtime in once again, they are sparing no expense as Gil tries to get the ball to the goal as Ghost blocks him and knocks it out of his way. Same with Instinct there, attempts it as Durtho goes in the air trying to take a shot, but it is blocked by UT Dallas there.
It's at this moment, the hands are shaking, the adrenaline is pumping, and the Broncos have to step up to the plate to close it out. And now Ghost is going to contest with Instinct, able to drive him over him. Durtho keeps it from going past mid, but the pass to Instinct falters at the last moment. We could be going into overtime with the Broncos still at match point. They're playing their hearts out. But with a demo onto Instinct, I do think the Broncos have to save here. One final volley back toward the Comets' goal. Buzzer beater again. I don't think you can do it 2 rounds in a row. Now Boise State is facing a bit more of unfortuitous circumstances. A shot on goal and almost another buzzer beater, but this time from the Comets.
The ball has not yet touched the ground, and of course, as soon as I say that, we go into overtime.
The Broncos need 1 goal to win. It's the golden goal of golden goals to win the series. Luby is setting it up in mid. Durtho comes in, knocks it off to the side. Instinct now with the pass upfield.
Ghost tries to take it back, but Gil is able to rebound it towards Instinct, who is not, unfortunately, ready for that goal as Durtho bounces it to UT Dallas's side. Dalton is there waiting, though, and he takes it over all of them as Gil has to recover the ball. Ghost goes in for the backup there as Luby tries to help them out as well. As Durtho, but is able to get in front of them. Dalton barely deflects it there. Ghost sets it up for Dalton as he brings it up into the air.
It's dangerous,
tries to get a
dangerous.
score. Oh, he does!
At
Right
that particular angle, these players can do insane things when they're air dribbling. Durtho tries to read it, but it slipped right past him, and UT Dallas isn't going to be counted out yet. The Broncos have 2 more chances to beat them, but it's like I said, you can't put it away quite yet.
No, especially now that UT Dallas has some momentum.
Now we can take a look at the shots on a goal. See UT Dallas having a lot of shots on goal. Right up. Boise State getting a few. Excuse me, I'm just kind of looking at everything that's happened here. UT Dallas getting a lot of shots on goal scored at them right in front of Boise State's goal. So they were able, all the goals that they had were just basically kind of very narrow, very hard for the Broncos to defend against. And congrats to the Comets for making this quite an interesting match.
Yeah, Boise State did make more shots on goal, however, so that means that they were trying their best, and they did manage to get quite a few really solid shots placed, but UT Dallas's defense there was just at its top performance, and they were able to bounce so many near balls that looked like they should have gone in.
Boise State still is at match point, but the Comets are rallying back, trying to drive this to a Game 5. Will the Broncos be able to stop them before that happens? We're going to head into another Rocket League match, and overall I'm seeing kind of a troubling trend kind of coming up in the last 2 games, even though Boise State won one of them. UT Dallas was off to a lead in both of the games, forcing the Broncos to equalize. So Broncos haven't seen a very steady lead since Game 1.
Dalton shoots the ball over to BSU's side, but Instinct is able to recover it and volley it back. However, it has stayed near the middle. Both teams are able to expertly keep it off any areas where the goals might be possible. As Dalton tries to get a solid aerial pass, is unable to, so Ghost backs him up. Durtho blocks the shot on goal, however, as Luby tries to go in for round 2. Instinct this time there and ready to knock it towards them. Bounces it off of Ghost, as Dalton is able to swipe it from Instinct there. Well, no Instinct there, as he blocks the goal one more time.
UT Dallas having most of the side control throughout the first minute of this match. Instinct trying to play it around Luby, but he's finding himself surrounded on all angles. Dunks it down toward Durtho, a play back up to mid-air. Ball doesn't have a lot of speed, meaning UT Dallas can quite easily clear it back. Shot back toward Durtho, nice redirect into the corner. And Boise State get the shot on goal. Instinct attempts, but it bounces off the backboard. Dalton is able to get to it before Boise State can follow up.
Though tries to go for the shot on goal, but Luby deflects it as it bounces off of the side, allowing Instinct to recover it. They try to go for the shot, but it goes off the backboard, and Ghost is able to knock it to Boise State's side. Luckily, Durtho is there, and he's able to try and make another shot on goal. It was right off the backboard once again, Luby denying him the ability to recover that there.
For the first minute, it was mostly the Comets. For the second minute, it was mostly the Broncos making shots on goal. We still have 3 minutes left, a little bit over halfway to go. Both teams tied 0 apiece. A very competitive CRL Rocket League match, and Instinct just gets away with the save there.
Durtho launches the ball away from Boise State's goal to the other side, but Dalton is able to pass it back. Instinct tries to make a shot on goal, but it bounces off the crossboard there as Gill tries to recover it. Dalton is there waiting once again, though, with Luby there to help him out as Instinct one more time tries for it, but just a little bit off as Dalton takes it back to Boise State's side. Gill.
Oh, that's a crucial win. It's gonna leap. The goal is open from Ghost.
Where was the follow-up doing right there? It was. Dalton now has the ball, taking it to Boise State's side with the follow-up from Luby, just barely missing there as it bounces off the top of the goal. Dalton now bringing it back once again. Tries to bounce it, but isn't able to quite get in front of the goal, allowing Gill to take control of the ball before Ghost takes it from him. There goes Dalton once again, trying to push it back. It's kind of stuck in this corner right now as Gill is just waiting for another shot on goal. He elevates, but Instinct covers him, so he doesn't have to worry about it. As Durtho blocks the goal.
Oh.
All 3 of them are there. It could be dangerous for Boise State.
But if they clear it out above them, that's a beautiful counterattack for the Broncos. But it does look like the Comets manage. Oh, Derek Instinct with the shot towards goal. It still pays off for the Broncos. I was just thinking the Comets might have been spreading out, but that last commit by Ghost left their goal wide open. As soon as I saw all 3 members of UT Dallas in the same quadrant of the field, I knew they were playing with fire, and the Broncos managed to capitalize on it, getting them a narrow lead.
High risk, high reward. Unfortunately, it did not pay off for UT Dallas, as they are now trying to make another shot on Boise State's goal. However, Boise State with the lead is able to push it back away with only a little bit over a minute left, too.
Shot from Gill is going to keep us in favor in the Comets territory.
Instinct tries to grab the ball, but is unable to as it goes to Boise State's goal. Thank goodness Gill was there, though. It kept it from going in as Dalton and Luby.
One too many for the Broncos to defend against. Gill was playing his heart out, and Instinct, maybe if he was just a few seconds, 1 second later, it would have bumped off his bumper instead of the top of his car. Been a more forceful shot toward the corner, but now we are tied up again. Heading into the final minute. This game is razor thin.
Durtho brings it over to goal, but it is blocked by Dalton, and he now has control of the ball. Instinct fights him for it, wins, but isn't able to set up for his team as 2 of the UT Dallas players are able to block it and push it away. Ghost knocks it over to Boise State's side, but Instinct responds in kind and launches it into the air, but Dalton gets in front of it. Durtho volleys it back once again.
Durtho with the shot on goal, he finds it! Just playing it under the Comets. And this is also the danger of staying on the front post. They have no one going toward the ball. Instead, they're chasing after it. Much harder to save from that angle as UT Dallas finds out with just 12 seconds left.
It is 2-1 Boise State's favor as we go into the last seconds of this game. Boise State shooting it over to UT Dallas's side, trying to get in one last goal, but UT Dallas does get control of the ball for a moment, tries to get it past, but it lands on the ground. Boise State is the winner of this final round.
Well, it looked a little shaky in game 3 as the Comets took a game away from the Broncos, but ultimately the Broncos win and go 2-1 in CRL. What a great performance by the Broncos, buckling down and finding the victory. A great night all around. Alrighty, we see them conversing with a few fans in the arena. Overall, great win. I can't say that many times. And it ultimately came down. Both of those goals were ultimately up to just a little bit of mispositioning by the Comets. In both instances, it was just them not being spread out enough or not having someone rotating to back post. And just that's the way it worked out. So now we have all 3 players that we can look at. We can highlight their best plays and decide who we overall want to give the player of the game to. First choice is going to be Instinct. And then, of course, Durtho and Gill will be the next players up in this player of the game trio that we have. Overall, do you have any predictions?
You know, I think Instinct got a lot of really good, crucial goals for Boise State there, so I think I'm going to go with them. Durtho also got a lot of really solid shots, but I think I'm going to go with Instinct this time.
Yeah, I mean, Durtho, we've given it to Durtho so many times. I'm going to go with Gill. I'm thinking Gill had enough good shots that I'm going to go with him. So you've gone with Instinct. I've gone with Gill. We'll see who the ultimate nod is given to. Overall, a lot of these games being pretty low scoring, too, so it's not as if there is a whole lot of goals to choose from. It's going to have to be quality. I almost had it the other way. Quality over quantity in terms of the plays of the game, because there weren't too many goals to go around for either team. But ultimately, it is given to Instinct. You called it.
All right, that makes up for my my missed call last time we were streaming. But yeah, Instinct got a lot of really solid and crucial plays there, especially some just really beautiful goals like that one right there where they managed to finally break past UT Dallas, who was just at the time able to keep the ball on Boise State's side for so long. And
ultimately drove it to the narrow margin that was decided in Game 3, almost made Boise State sweep the Comets entirely. But overall, great job by Instinct. Player of the game brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Instinct is your ICCU player of the game. Well, that has to be one of the most nail-biting, exciting matches of Rocket League I have ever seen. I'm not saying that as a stock line. That was truly some of the most intense gameplay, and we are so early into the CRL season, you have to wonder what it's going to be like when we get down to the playoff. I don't even want to think about it this time. I got to take it one game at a time.
I mean, after all, we talked about it earlier. It's a 16 contender round robin, and this has only been 3 games so far. And yeah, the first 2 were sweeps, but if the third game was this intense, you have to wonder what it's going to be like after this. Like, I mean, and as we, like, you know, we talked about with the sweeps, you know, I love a good sweep, but I love something like this more. I love those games where you really don't know who it's going to go to, because both games, both teams are playing their best and are just having such beautiful plays. And even sometimes, you know, bad mistakes, but if it's so even, it's just such a wonderful experience.
Well, if you want to see what's next in the CRL tournament, you're going to have to keep it tuned to Boise State Esports, as we'll bring you all the action and updates as this tournament goes forward. But for this match, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Enjoy your top 5 plays of the game.